Okay. Hello, people who are watching this live or indeed archived. Welcome to part 2 of this episode, which is episode 11 of season 1. And if you want to know the name of it, I suggest that you either look at the stream title or the archive title. Okay, I'll tell you. A Thief by Hook or Crook. There we go. So, with me here, I have very special guests, the players. So, hello.
Hello. Greetings.
Right. Hello, VGR, Eliza, Carol, Runesbath. Hello. So, would you like to introduce yourselves and your characters, please?
Might as well start, I suppose, since I'm at the top of the list. Hello, everyone.
You say as if it's not something we do every week.
Well, yeah, I had the window larger, so it wasn't at the top, so yeah. But yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I'm CangoFango, hello, and I play the communications officer on the USS Pathos, who is a human by the name of Doviah Drenlich Twossock.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
Thank you very much.
I play Nero, and I am Sir Rogue. Yes, I am knighted. Not in real life, but yeah, guys.
Okay, the nobility. They are the ones who care. So,
Sure.
last time we had some very interesting die rolls, and I suppose we'll see if that continues today, or if the winds of luck have shifted since then.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
I suppose no one really wants to do the recap. No.
I'll just get the notes up. I think. It's
Oh,
best
you'll
if
get the
you
notes
do
up.
it
Okay, great. Okay, you do it then.
For the game.
Yes. I mean, if the GM asks who's going to do the recap or something similar, and then you'd say, I'm just getting my notes up,
Yeah.
that kind of sounds like you're
I barely
volunteering.
have any notes. I've practically nothing from last session,
Okay, so,
unfortunately.
for the sake of brevity, I'll just do a quick recap. So, you are hot on the trail of a suspected thief who stole the Viuni puzzle box, which is really more of a key, from you. And the trail led you to the colony at Brenner's Star. There you were told that because they are now independent from the Federation, because of the laws, they cannot allow you to conduct any sort of investigations. However, you were permitted to, the captain and senior staff were permitted to take a few days shore leave, which the captain didn't take him up on, but the others did. And so, what better to do on shore leave than to break the law by conducting an investigation, which is precisely what you started doing. Namely, you found the ship under a different name. You did some great distraction, not just distracting me, but distracting the NPCs as well, and some excellent logistics work as well, finding out where the stuff went, and you didn't even need the map or add-ons out of a bus. You took the public transportation system to near said location, which is... Hold on, let me find the name of the estate. The Yakrastem estate, which is near where the original landing site was for when this colony was first established a long, long time ago, which is quite handy, because it meant that there was enough tourist shops there to get you some rain clothes because it was raining, and you also didn't have your weapons because you couldn't take them with you onto the planet. And so approaching the estate, you jumped a fence. Some of you made it, some of you didn't. Those who didn't stayed behind strategically, totally not because they didn't make it. And sneaking up, you didn't really find any sort of security systems. There were some electronic cables running through, but you didn't detect any sort of sensors or anything like that. Approaching a door, found the door was, it had an electronic lock, but it was unlocked. You entered, and the arch above the door read Malar's Manor. So, yes.
Wasn't it mansion last time?
No, it was manor.
Manor.
Right.
I probably described the building as a mansion as you were approaching it, but the text read manor. So, you had just stepped inside, unsure of if you triggered an alarm system or not by entering. That's where we left off. The cliffhanger, unless I forgot something important.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, so last time, Dodd, you said that Shiun was gonna do some stuff on the Pathos in the meantime.
Oh yeah, I did.
So let's get started with that, as in the hopes of not letting the time difference get too big between those two things. So, what is it that Shiun would like to do?
So Shiun wanted to do more digging into the Commodore's background.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a little uncertain about that drink she was given.
Understandable.
So yeah, she doesn't want to confront him about it until she has a better idea of what she's dealing with, especially since there's a suspicion that we might have an information leak. So...
Yes. Word is that it's still in the pantry. So, right. So that's what you want to do. So that's going to be a roll. So we're going to start the session off with a roll. The ship will assist. Let's say science plus insight. Or I suppose since you're doing research, maybe reason could work as well.
I'll do reason.
And the ship will assist with computers plus probably command, actually. So, this is a difficulty 0 task, and we don't have any momentum because it's a new... actually, no, we would have 1 momentum, sorry. We would have 1 momentum, I believe, because it's the same adventure, but it's just a scene change. So, so depending on how many successes you get, you will get more information.
Oh, hello, Nella.
Nella, hello!
Greetings.
Welcome.
Hello.
You join us at the start.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting.
Your name kind of fades in with Eliza's, so it's sometimes hard to see with both red, but still, hello.
Computer, shut down all turbolifts for level 1 diagnostic, now. Well, that'll give you plenty of time for that long conversation you wanted. So, anyway,
Brent.
would you like to roll, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Question?
Sure.
Does a focus in politicians apply? It's kind of iffy, because we're kind of a military, but kind of not. and he does a lot of negotiation work.
Since it's an edge case, sure.
Okay. Neato. Alright. Let's see how it goes. 2.
Okay. Right. Kango, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure, I can do. So I'm guessing that's computers?
Mm-hmm, plus command.
Makes sense? Sure. That's 1 die, I'm going to switch that over. Okay, here we go. That is that's 2.
Well, you know about those shifting winds of luck? Well...
Space wind. Also, here, yes.
Okay.
Okay, start as we left.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just quickly writing the information about him in a more concise way so it's easy to present. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So... you... with those successes, you get 4 momentum, which brings us up to 5. Now, Commodore Cartwright, you find out, you do a lot of deep research. You find out that he got promoted to Commodore quite quickly. Mostly because he was instrumental in conducting negotiations with the Romulans over some diplomatic situation. I don't need to go into details unless you really want me to.
No, thank you.
And yeah, he has quite a high standing, apparently. He is the sort of guy who tends to get what he wants. And also, he nearly got kicked out of the academy a few times for playing pranks.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. So, in my brain, that tells me there are 2 possibilities. Either A, he aided in negotiations with Romulans so well because he made connections with them, and is leaking information for some reason. Or he played a prank in very poor taste.
Who knows?
More likely the latter. But one never knows.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Sounds like my kind of guy, but not at the same time. Well, it is actually. It's literally just me.
So, that research isn't going to take you that long with that roll, so is there anything else you would like to do?
Trying to remember what I wanted to do. have there been behavior complaints since he was promoted? Or recently beforehand?
That would cost you 1 of the momentum.
Sure.
Sure.
I earned 4.
Okay. So, there are no direct complaints, but you do get the feeling that there probably were some incidents which were very delicately written around, but you do get the feeling that some people weren't that happy about certain things, although nothing is directly mentioned. He might be related to Jephthah, who knows?
He seems like Jephthah to me.
No, this has happened,
Oh
so
god.
VGR, this is currently what's happening on the ship, what the captain is doing, because if you remember, Dodd was playing a Zular, a supporting character on the planet. So this is what's happening on the ship during the events of last stream.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it probably wouldn't have been difficult for anyone in Starfleet to learn our general patrol area, if they were inclined to learn it.
Yeah, actually, pretty much anybody who's well, since you're not on a secret mission or anything like that, anyone with a rank of commander or higher could have access. Because it just falls under normal fleet movements.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard someone hid it in the secret compartment below the bed.
The scratch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the secret compartment, it's called the catacombs.
Or that. But yeah. Anyway.
Oh. There's no definitive or even strong indication that Commodore is involved in this. Really, a lot of people knew or could know. So, it doesn't narrow it down a lot. Other than... How hard would it have been to find out what happened to the puzzle box key after the mission was over? I hate to mention it, but how hard would it have been to learn about that?
Well, that specifically would have been really quite hard to learn about. However, the fact that this vault, this asteroid vault, had been discovered and access had been gained, that would have been quite easy to find out, considering that the scientific institutes were involved and 2 of your officers even got awards for this. So that would have been quite easy to find out. The thing about what happened with the puzzle box specifically after that, not as easy.
Doesn't tell me much.
Well,
so if you're thinking about whether there could be someone who's leaking information, like for example, that you still had the box after you were sent to patrol, then there is only a very limited amount of people who know about that. Namely, the people on your ship and on the Yorktown, because that was only established when they arrived and when that was sorted out. So there was no real time for that information to get out anywhere else. But there is always the option of a cloaked ship stalking you. I mean, you are quite close to the Romulan neutral zone. So, who knows?
But they would have had to scan the ship to know that it was there.
Yes, they would have,
Which
yes.
would have been harder to do without being noticed.
Mm-hmm. But then again, if they were lurking in the debris field, then maybe that could have made it easier or harder. Who knows? That would be the first officer, VGR, or Eliza. So, Joseph Westaker.
mm-hmm.
But the information leak is more likely. Especially since at this point in the timeline, we know of very few groups who have cloaking technology.
Mm-hmm. Only the Romulans and now the Klingons after the trade.
And we haven't seen any evidence of it being used by
The Bashal?
Vishal.
No. No evidence of that. Yes, operations.
Of
That
course,
does
yeah.
make me think of one thing that needs to be investigated, though. For which I'm glad we kept Zaveru on the ship, because I'd like to try and find out if any of the Pshal could have hidden on the ship effectively.
That
Because they saw themselves out.
they did.
So
And that is an interesting point, one which will take a bit of time to resolve. So let's roll when we get to that. So that's going to happen in the meantime. So with that, can we transition back to the other group?
yes.
Okay, so back to the planet.
Yeah, it's been
Raining,
Right.
thundering, strong winds blowing. The mansion or manor has just been entered, and actually, just after the end of the last stream, you remembered something because you looked in your notes, but that wasn't caught on stream.
Yes.
Would you like to mention
Yeah,
what that is?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That.
Malar is the name of the trader, or the name the trader gave who sold the Viuni orb to Doviah
Yes.
way back
In the 4th
when
episode,
we first got these Viuni artifacts.
a snake in the fold,
and
wasn't it?
got into this mess.
Mm-hmm. Yes, which was incidentally also the last episode that Mr. W's joined us on. So,
Uh-huh. So, let's continue. You've just entered out of the rain, and it is somewhat warm inside. Do you close the door behind you, or do you leave it open?
I would like to jam the lock.
You mean that it can't be locked?
Yes.
Okay, you managed to do that. That is an easy enough task. I'm not even going to make you roll for it.
Nice.
Yay.
Great.
And then you close the door.
Yes.
Okay.
So if they want to lock us in from this particular exit, they will have to physically go there.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
so nice to have players who think ahead.
Yes. Speaking of that, could we scan for life forms?
Sure.
Okay, in this room, probably. Or the surrounding
you
area.
can scan in a larger area.
Great. So, science plus reason?
Would that be science or would it be medicine? Science should
It doesn't make a
science
difference
science
either
should
way.
work. Science should work. So
Okay.
go ahead.
Theatrics doesn't apply, so it's wrong.
No. Ah. Okay.
Oh,
There
okay.
we go.
It's only difficulty 1 anyway, so you generate
Alright,
the momentum. So
forgot
we're up
about
at
that.
4.
Nice.
Neat.
More than
You
half.
okay? You discover about a dozen or so life forms
Oh.
within this manor. However, there are some places, namely in the basement areas, that your scans are having really a lot of difficulty penetrating.
Makes
Right.
sense.
I see.
No, that's
Yeah.
12 Kangos, BGR, or Eliza.
Well.
There's 12 Kangos hiding in this manor for some strange reason. But no, anyway, you're in the
Yeah.
room.
Okay.
There's lots of piping all over the place, wires, conduits. You can see the actual building itself looks quite rustic. Cobblestone floors, cobbled walls as well, with plaster kind of breaking off on some parts. There is a wooden staircase leading up, and there is what looks like almost like a warehouse door leading further in on this basement level.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, there's not that much of interest in this first room.
Okay.
So, Westaker looks around, says, "What do your scans indicate?"
There appear to be about a dozen life forms in this manor, but in the basement I can't detect much.
Right. Before we go any further, I want to make clear what our goals are. Are we just going after the box? Or do we want to find whoever's responsible for this as well? Looking mostly at Doviah.
Need to find out who it is, at least.
I'd say... if we can, I'd say we should find out who they are as well.
I mean, if we can get the box and return with it quickly, then that's enough evidence to justify a more thorough investigation of the manor from the ship side. So
That's
you
a
get
good point.
more people involved.
That is a good point.
Right.
So yes.
Nero, what do you think?
At least go to find out who it is. And go from there. We'll get the box and then find out who it is and go from there.
Right. In that case, Zular, can you see if you can get that door open? Indicating towards the big warehouse door.
Yeah, I'll take a look. I take a look.
Okay, you take a look, and there is another electronic lock there, and it looks like it again requires some sort of keycard or something to be scanned for it to open. You can try to bypass it, but again, that might set off alarms.
Well, I doubt there's an alternate entrance that isn't also guarded by the same locking mechanism. And it's not like we have phasers to just zap our way through.
True.
So I think we kind of have to risk it. So be as careful as I possibly can, but...
Okay. In that case, Westaker gives you the go-ahead nod, which he is going to patent soon. Patent.
Patent?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go ahead. So this is going to be control plus engineering with a difficulty of 2 and a complication range of 3. Took look successfully.
I don't think my focus is quite applied to this. Power systems, computers, manufacturing, logistics.
No.
Yeah. I would like to buy a die.
Sure. One
Okay.
fresh die coming up.
Alright, let's see how this goes. And I have cautious engineering, so I can re-roll one.
Remember to set the complication range.
Right.
No, the complication range was 3. It was a difficulty 2.
Oh. Sorry.
Ooh.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Go ahead. There we go.
There.
2.
Nice.
That's all you needed. Good. So, you managed to kind of pull away some of the plaster on the wall to get at some of the cables behind there and kind of managed to bypass the some parts of it and send a little electrical burst through to unlock the doors, which totally makes sense, don't question it. And the doors can now be opened.
Lar waves Westaker over to check the room.
Comes in. You open the door, I'm assuming, yes?
Yes.
Okay. As you open the door, enter it, you can see a quite, again, rustic-looking corridor with what looks like either storage rooms either side, like there are 3 on each side with these big archways leading into them. Either storage rooms or perhaps jail cells at one point, but there are no doors on them. It just looks like arches. There may have been at some point in the past, but they're just arches. What do you want to do? Westaker is slowly entering the room.
Slowly walk in.
Yeah? You can walk in?
Slowly walk in.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Slowly walk in. Everything is as it seems. Looking in, there appear, looking into some of the side storage rooms off of this main corridor that goes up ahead. The corridor, by the way, ends in a dead end.
Brick or
big stone blocks. Stone blocks.
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of different machines and gadgets, the design of which looks Viuni. Most of them appear to be stored up just on pallets and things like that. However, there are a handful that appear to be wired up to some sort of system. By the way, VGR, with role-playing stuff, usually the term is PC for player character. But I suppose if you want to include NPCs as well, then main MC for main character can also work, yes.
Yes.
So someone should probably scan for the box or the crate that it was in. I think Zular is going to investigate the devices that are connected to the system to see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right. Okay.
So, first, let's do the scan. Who wants to do the scan looking for your box?
Do we have a scientist? I don't believe so.
Yeah, but he was left at the fence.
Oh yeah. I suppose
Or
I
didn't make it over the fence, so
Yeah. He was on the fence, but then yeah.
Half
Think
on the
over.
fence.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, could I do it then again? Should I scan
Yes,
again?
you do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Probably a better idea.
Alright. Science plus reason?
Sure.
Okay. That's fine. That should be fine. So yeah, I'll scan. Right. 2.
Okay. So, and yes, I did deliberately not tell you the difficulty.
Alright, yeah, I forgot again.
But no, it was
Did a
deliberate
bad
this
stuff.
time. It was deliberate this time.
I see.
So, scanning around, you can tell that it looks like inside the walls here are some sort of metallic alloys, like plates of metallic alloys that seem to reflect your scans. With that roll, you do find what looks to be a seam behind some of the bricks at the end of the corridor. Maybe a secret door, you don't know. But so much of your scans is being reflected, you can't really tell where your box is, even if it is here.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Zular, it's going to be engineering plus either, I would say, reason or insight. And I'm going to say difficulty 2, complication range 1.
Alright.
Do you need any help with that, or are you good?
You can assist if you want to.
Nero want to help with that?
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
Because Neo's just as much a...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
What are we doing?
With an assist, we probably don't need another die. Probably. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
1, isn't it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Think. Yeah!
Okay. So we're up to 4 momentum again.
Teamwork! God, I love that teamwork.
Yay.
It
For
appears
4
as...
as well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mhm. Indeed.
It appears as though the devices that are wired into the systems appear to be 2 separate things. One looks like it is... You've never seen anything like this before, but there are some similarities to transporter technology. Although it's like this box that has kind of like a slot in the middle, like a hollow area, a concave area in the middle. And the closest thing you know to it is transporter systems, but you're not quite sure what it is. The other appears to be some sort of force field generator that looks like it's hooked up to emitters that are probably either at different places within the house or within the grounds. It appears to be, both appear to be inactive at this point, but they are hooked up and powered up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that a link to the... to what? Ah, I thought it might be that.
Right. Information is shared.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, I do the
What do we got?
same. So I say of the alloy walls and the seam as well, all of that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
So the seam
Right.
was at the end of the
At the
corridor.
end of the corridor. Okay, so
Okay.
Westaker looks over to Nero and says, if we do end up getting caught, this thing might prevent us from getting beamed out if whatever force field gets activated. Do you think we should try to disable it?
Yeah. I'm sure. Do you agree?
Zular, what do you think?
Well, it's inactive, so they probably wouldn't notice anything was amiss unless, you know, it was triggered.
Right. In that case, disable it, but try to make it look like some of the wires just came loose by themselves.
Yes, that's a good call.
Well,
Better be safe.
Totally not like that happens with the internet sometimes. Anyway.
Tough as well.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Yes, indeed. Better safe than sorry.
Okay. So, this is going to be a difficulty 0 task, but with a complication range of 2.
Okay.
And it's going to be engineering
I'll
plus
have-
control, would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And if you want an assist, you can have an assist, because that totally makes sense in the situation.
Right.
Totally.
On a difficulty
Well-
0 task with a higher complication range, why wouldn't you want an assist?
Yeah.
So, in this case, would power systems or manufacturing work?
Power systems would work, I would say.
Power systems.
Hold on. Quick. Let's do this.
All right.
Let's go. Fine.
Well.
Oh, they're both 20s as well.
Wow.
So, the
completion range didn't matter at
Yep.
all.
Well.
Hmm.
Well.
So, and because you didn't spend any stuff, you can't really do anything about that either.
By that we trying to disable them, we just trigger all the alarms.
Even if I had,
It would still be
I
one.
would have only been able to undo one.
Yeah, but this way, one of those I'm going to convert to threat, and the other one I'm going to keep for something special.
Oh joy.
Oh, the infamous tracker, hello.
Oh greetings.
Are you all early?
Welcome.
No.
No, it's the time got switched, I believe. Time zone thing.
Yeah, we're in...
Yeah, the time zone's resynced to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we started about
Yep.
3/4 of an hour ago.
Yep.
More or less.
The last 2 weeks we were only 4 hours apart. Now we're back to 5.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes. So
Correct.
yeah. So we started 48 minutes ago,
Mhm.
basically.
So, you managed to successfully disconnect the system in such a way that it looks like it might have been just happened. It might have just, like, some of the wires you disconnect just enough to disrupt it, but like keep them kind of half hanging on and things like that. And it's unpowered, like it's now disconnected as well. You don't notice that anything bad's happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you finish up.
Did we leave fingerprints on the
course.
wires?
Of course.
Ah, but yeah, totally. It came loose on it by itself. Sure.
So,
Yeah, I don't think fingerprints are ever mentioned in the Star Trek universe.
Oh, yeah.
They test for other things.
Yes.
Though,
That is
granted, when dealing with fingerprints on a cosmic scale, you're gonna have a lot of things that coincidentally are similar.
Yeah, I get that. Sure, that's fine. That shouldn't pose an issue then.
So, right. You come back. What do you report to Westaker?
Done.
It's disconnected. Whether or not it did anything.
Right.
Find that out later.
Now, you said something, there might be a secret door. Let's have a closer look at that. I'll keep guard out here. And he's gonna head over back towards the entrance. So, what would you like to do?
push around the wall.
You mean push some of the stones on the wall? Or yeah, okay. While you're doing that...
I read enough book.
Yeah.
I read enough books.
While you are doing that, what is Zular and Doviah doing?
If we walked... don't know. If we walked right up to a door, could we scan a little bit past it or not?
So, the walls here are blocking your scans, reflecting it back.
Oh yeah.
But if you went right up against it, you might be able to see if there's some sort of space behind it. It would be a difficult roll, but you could try.
Okay, and the walls are... the doors are wooden? Or like, what are the doors?
What do you mean?
What are the doors
There
made
aren't
of?
doors.
What doors?
It's,
There might...
if anything, it's a
Alright.
false wall.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, sure, I'll just try scanning past it.
Okay. So, this is going to be a difficulty 3 task. Complication range 1. Science plus reason.
Okay. That is fine. I'll just roll. Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Basically.
Oh, it's 19.
Yeah.
Oh no, we
Oh,
got
so-
back to...
Oh no!
You are scanning, everything's being bounced back. You do get what look like sensor echoes. Like occasionally it does come up as detecting some sort of structures, but then look around and it's just actually a different part of the room that was kind of reflecting and managed to be caught in the sensor again.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Okay.
So, as Nero's pushing around stones,
Yeah.
give me a percentile check.
Oh,
And one
oh, 100, right? 100,
Yes.
yeah, 100. Yeah,
one
great.
of the stones just activates the alarm.
79.
Okay. So, as you're
Yes.
pushing around, you find near one of the corners, up in the corners, a stone that feels hollow. Like if you touch it, you can hear it feels hollow. What do you do?
Knock it. Knock it. Knock it.
Okay.
Tap it slightly. Tap it slightly.
Tap it
Does it
slightly.
do anything?
No, but it's definitely hollow.
Does it move in or does it move in? No.
No, but it looks like you might be able to pry it off.
Yeah. So I'll pry it slowly.
Okay. Slowly pry it off. And indeed, it looks like it was sort of a covering, concealing some sort of device. What do you want to do?
I'll carefully pull it off and what's it hiding?
There, it looks like there's some sort of about hand-sized device that's kind of built into the wall behind it. It's fixed there. Some sort of device. There's a little light on it that's blinking. Alert? No, alert. It would be, wouldn't it?
Right?
It's a reference, don't worry.
I call
I
damn it.
don't know.
It's a reference to the alert goblins.
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? Zular
Yeah,
at this
I
point
call over
would kind of see as well if Zular is near there.
Zal over.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Zular goes over and takes a look.
Mm-hmm.
Do we reckon this is the button? And do we know if it's alarmed?
That's gonna be a check. It's gonna be insight plus engineering. Difficulty 1, complication range 1.
Don't think focuses apply on this one.
No.
I mean, 3 of our last d20 rolls have been 2 20s and a 19. What are the odds that we roll poorly again?
Well, it couldn't possibly happen
Hopefully
a
that's
third
it.
time.
We're getting like 2 20s. That's like 1 in... ridiculous.
1 in 20?
Well, a bit more than that. But,
Well, each one is 1 in 20.
Yeah.
But anyway, fingers crossed.
Anyway.
Praise the dice gods, and hopefully it's not.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're talking.
Which means we're at maximum momentum. And you take one look at this, and you immediately recognize it as a force field emitter. With that roll, you also recognize that it appears to be wired up to some sort of, well, it appears to be wired up to another few force field emitters around this area, and also probably to some sort of activation switch or something like that. Probably the same thing that opens the door.
Intriguing.
All right. Can I try to trace one of those connections?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to try to trace one to another of the emitters, or to the thing that might open the door?
Ideally, to a thing that might open the door.
Okay. You
But
follow it along, and this is gonna be 1 momentum.
okay.
Sure. Follow it along. And it looks like at the edge of where the wall meets the floor, it looks like one of the big flat cobblestones can be lifted up. Do you want to lift it up?
Yes.
You lift it up, revealing what looks like a keypad on the floor. You're fairly certain that this is what opens the door.
Great. Another security system.
Mm,
Keypad
lovely.
this time.
Well,
Shall I give it another go? I guess.
It's up to Nero at this point.
yeah, I can help you anyway, so yeah.
Why on the floor? Good question. Because maybe nobody suspects the floor.
Nobody expects the floor.
I mean, if they really wanted to put it somewhere no one expects, they would have put it in the ceiling.
True.
Not the ceiling.
Well,
So, but maybe people would look where nobody expects because they think that's where you'd hide it.
Yeah, but you're more likely to accidentally notice it on the floor.
True. So,
Yeah, that is true.
what exactly do you want to do?
Well, I don't imagine stumbling upon a passcode is going to happen. So I guess I'm trying to bypass another system.
Okay.
I don't think we got any
So, we've got 5 momentum. The difficulty of this is going to be 3, complication range 3 as well, but I'm going to boost the complication range
Fuck.
to 4.
Oh no. Oh no.
So difficulty 3?
Difficulty 3, complication range 4.
How much momentum are we at?
5.
Alright, yeah. Nice.
I get it. No one else would get that reference though.
So how much would it cost and how effective would it be to buy an advantage that, knowing we were going to be infiltrating some sort of base, I brought some handy dandy hacking tools with me?
That would cost 2, and that would reduce either the complication range or the difficulty by 1.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So
yes.
we can lower the complication range,
Plus this
and then
could,
I can buy another die, and we have an assist.
plus this could also be useful for maybe future rolls if you have these tools.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right. So yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. Would you like to make this tool reduce the difficulty of future rolls or the complication range?
So it's going to be like the same effect every time?
Yes.
That I did it?
Yeah.
Complication range would be good.
I feel like if the complication range is really high, that's when it's going to be more important to have these tools. So I think lowering the complication range probably more useful, because we can still buy more dice.
Mm-hmm.
But the more dice we buy, the more likely we are to get a complication.
You can always
Sure.
buy more dice, unless you already
Yes.
got 5.
Yes. So,
Communication range.
complication range.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's a
I agree.
complication range 3,
Exactly the same reasoning.
if Kango agrees.
Sure.
Okay.
Right. That's 2 momentum on the advantage,
Mm-hmm.
and another momentum for a die.
Sure.
Is us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brings us down to 2
Yes.
momentum. Still no focuses apply, but we'll see how this goes with
Well,
cautious engineering.
Yes, unless you're manufacturing these tools on the spot.
Just do a crafts check. But yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Nice. Good thing you bought that.
Yeah.
Would you like to
Okay.
re-roll that first
3.
die? Or would you like the assist first?
Can I do that? Can I wait until after the assist?
I think so. I don't think there's anything
Okay.
against that in the rules, if I recall correctly.
Right.
Sure.
I don't know, but sure.
Roll your assist.
Right. Insight, engineering,
Sure.
Caucasian range.
3, yes.
Okay, I'm rolling 1 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Good, I got it right. I'm not totally done.
Huh.
Right.
Okay, so I take it you don't want to re-roll that then.
No, thank you.
Okay. So, after using some of those very useful tools that you always had with you,
No, do that, no, that.
you and Nero manage to get through. I won't bother trying to explain away. You just get through. You disable it. You get through.
With some odd, really weird teamwork.
Yep. And
Does.
you can now open the door without triggering the force field emitters.
All right.
Okay.
I would like to do so.
You open the door, looking in. So the section of the wall just kind of rolls inwards a little bit and then rolls down, revealing a quite high-tech looking corridor leading into a single room. What would the three of you like to do? Eat open door. Mm-hmm. The walls are white and reflective. They're lights.
Poke my head in.
Right.
So there's a bit of a corridor leading into a room. So yeah, you poke your head in. There's nothing particularly happens, except that your point of view changes slightly.
Yeah.
What kind of lights are they? I didn't even think about that, but
No, the lights, they're just
electrical.
bright things on the ceiling. In this thing, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
the whole thing.
All right.
There are not any torches
might be
here.
advised.
What? Sorry.
Another scan might be
Yes.
advised.
Good thinking.
Yeah,
I
you're going
thought
to
so
scan.
too. So sure, I'll scan then, I suppose. So yeah. Okay. One. Well, that's one.
Okay.
Oh.
Still didn't even ask about the roll.
Yeah, I just forgot again.
It's okay. So,
Mm.
Didn't even ask what you were rolling.
yeah.
I thought it was the same thing as before.
So,
That's my bad.
let's not count that. Because
Okay.
it would be engineering plus insight, first of all.
So this is scan for just generally?
This is scanning this new area now that the barrier of the wall is gone.
Okay.
And it is going to be difficulty 0, but the more successes you get, the more information you get.
Okay, we are at 5 momentum, right?
No, we are at
Oh, yeah.
2.
I didn't update it. That's my bad as well. Should I spend one of them for a die or just roll? Engineering is my highest discipline, so that's 4.
Well, it is a difficulty 0, so you're going to succeed no matter
Yeah.
what.
Well then no,
But
I'll just
it
roll.
just depends how much more you want to get.
That's fine, I'll just roll then, straight up roll. It's fine. Here we go. That's 1.
Okay. So,
Alright.
scanning, you detect more of that plating in the walls that reflects your scans, but inside the chamber, of course, you get clear readings. There are no life signs. Wait, actually no, there are. It looks like there are plant-based life signs, as well as what looks like several different kinds of minerals, as well as what looks like probably more Vioni technology.
The minerals, where are they?
In the room ahead. So there's a corridor that's about maybe 10 meters long, and then there's a room at the end of it.
Okay.
All this stuff is in the room, not in the corridor. In the corridor you detect nothing special.
Right. So apart from the plants, there are no life forms.
No. By the way, if you do DM me something, please tell me that to check my Discord, because with streamer mode I won't hear the ping, and I've got the window behind stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say a scan of the room ahead reveals... That's interesting. There seem to be minerals, some forms of minerals in the room ahead, and some other Vioni technology, also plant life.
Back a minute.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, that's an interesting mix.
Agreed.
At this point, Nero is going to indicate to enter and have a look.
All right.
So, you enter, your footsteps quite audible on the hard metallic surface of the floor. It's quite well lit in here. As you enter the room, it is a circular room with a bright light source in the middle in the ceiling, and all along the walls it looks like there's shelves of stuff. There are terrariums with all sorts of strange and exotic plants inside that you'd really need to focus in something related to that to know what they are. And there's another section of crystals and geodes, things like that. And there are small, what look like devices or parts of machinery that have wires coming out of them that have just been cut off, just isolated little bits of machinery on little pedestals and little stands around different parts.
Like cross-sections?
Not cross-sections. Different parts of machinery that look like they were wired up to other stuff, or supposed to be wired up, but that have been disconnected.
Right.
So, yes. So, Rogue, for your benefit, in this room you've entered now, there are terrariums with exotic plants that you have no idea what they are, crystals and geodes, as well as isolated bits of machinery or technology that are disconnected and have been placed on little pedestals and things like that.
Right.
By the way, I generally assume that all our scan data is archived by default.
Oh, yes.
So
Okay.
the logs can be checked afterwards.
Although,
fine.
good thing to double check.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, actually, have we entered the room already? Yes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so actually, could I scan the room again? Because I've got the focus of botany. So would that apply?
if you've got botany, then you can take a closer look at the plants to see if you can figure out what they are.
Sure. So what roll would that be?
Science plus insight. I'm gonna set the difficulty to 2.
Okay. Focus use, yes. And momentum we put 1, right? Is that 1?
2.
Still 2. I'm not sure if it's that important that I spend another like a momentum on that. I think we need the 2 we've got. So
Provide some clues, but not worth momentum.
yeah, agreed. So yeah, I'll just scan. Here we go. Ooh, that's 1 success, and the failure is a 17.
Both the previous rolls are 17.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Actually, ain't that furry?
Oh.
So.
We just love rolling the same numbers repeatedly.
Well, roll 20 loves
Okay.
that.
So, I need to quickly. Okay. So, most of these plants you have only read about because they are considered to be extinct. Some of them much longer than others. And you can't really find out anything more with that roll.
Okay, so do I see where they're from? If they're Earth?
Loads of
or-
different places.
Okay. And they were all thought to be extinct beforehand, right?
Some of them you don't recognize, but the ones that you do recognize, yes, they
Okay.
are considered to be extinct.
Right, that's interesting.
Thank you.
All right. I'd like to search the miscellaneous devices for our device.
Okay. You search them, and your device is not there.
Yeah,
Pity.
didn't think it would be.
Yeah, it would be quite, fairly convenient. Would have been, but yeah, it's probably somewhere else.
Also, all three of you, you're playing humans, yes?
I am.
Actually, no, you're Tellarite.
Yeah.
Tellarite.
Yeah, as
Okay, so in that case, Nero and Doviah, give me a command plus presence check.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well,
No. What is this?
no.
Why does
So-
it matter?
Can I use the theatrics focus?
No,
Okay.
No. No.
Complication
Oh
range?
no.
no,
No.
it's 1.
Okay. Here we
Difficulty
go.
1, by the way, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I almost rolled a 1 on that 16.
Well, this
Yeah,
would be a miracle if I
wasn't
do
free.
this. I
Okay,
knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
so
Hmm.
as you look around at the different things in here, some of the these geodes are brilliant, sparkling and glistening and reflecting and refracting light in the most magnificent of ways. And as you're looking around at some of them, Nero, you find your gaze being drawn to them, and you find yourself getting a little bit lightheaded as you're looking at them. And you're really having to fight to drag your eyes away from them.
Okay, I just stare at it.
Okay? Do you notify anybody of what you have noticed?
Nope.
Either of you, I mean.
I'm just staring at them. Just like weirdly staring.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I notice?
About the plants.
Oh yeah, that I do share.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what would you like to do now?
Hmm.
Like to search for any more hidden things. Oh, jeez.
Don't worry, that was Westacre.
Okay.
What?
The roll.
Oh. We just saw that on stream just then after. Yeah.
Yeah, it popped up and we're like, oh. Well, it looks like it's reversed again. Oh, God damn it. My memory, though. Oh.
So,
Right.
you want to look for hidden things?
Actually, I'll do that as well.
Then you can assist.
Great.
So, what would you recommend to roll?
Who?
The one who's leading, Dot.
Mm.
It would be engineering. Plus,
Daring.
I would say insight might work.
Yeah. Insight.
Or fitness.
If you have to reach up.
We'll go with insight.
If they did hide something in the ceiling, yes.
Alright. So
And the
difficulty, complication range?
Difficulty 2, complication range 1.
Right. Get an assist from Doviah.
Mm-hmm.
We're down to 2.
I think it's still 2.
We're at 2, yes.
Okay. I think I'd rather save them.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
For now, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Would be nice if the ship assisted as well, but...
Well, you're assisting already, so...
Right?
Okay.
There's one.
So you can assist.
There's another.
Ah,
Great.
great. And they're both
We did it.
6s. Nice.
Ah. Nice.
Same numbers.
Uh-huh.
All the time.
So,
Roll20 likes to be consistent,
you
it seems.
take a reasonable amount of time looking over this room, and there appear to be no secret doors, compartments, or other spaces.
Alright. So,
Also,
either... yes.
at this point, you would probably notice that Nero hasn't really been engaging much. He's
Mr. Pilot, are you there?
So you, as you're being spoken to, you do kind of snap out of it.
Yeah, okay. What are we doing?
Oh, well,
The timing.
that's so funny.
Welcome back.
That Rogue, that was perfect timing. Well,
Bye again.
I knew that was coming.
perfect
Okay.
timing, perfect timing.
Oh,
Well, not yet, Eliza, not yet.
The laptop issues?
yeah, memory's been a long game.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So, yeah. Alright. Doesn't seem to be anything hidden. in here. So either they had it brought to somewhere else in the manor, or this was just a stopping point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
in any case, we should probably take thorough scans of everything so we can go back and check later if everything's nah, I can't think of a word for it. Legal.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes. I'd say legal is the right word.
Yeah, right, you scan.
Alright.
Okay. You take detailed records of everything that you found. Now what?
Yeah,
Good
probably
question.
find. Probably go and find another door.
Okay. So, as you get back out into the main, the non-secret corridor, see Westaker's there, keeping watch. He turns around, says, "So, what have you found?"
Lots of uni crap. Not ours.
No trace of our item?
No.
Guess we're going to...
Although,
Hmm?
I mean, there was that, there was that small device in the main room that seemed related to transporter technology. I don't know. Something about it's just,
Interesting.
I'd like to take another look at it.
Sure. Go ahead.
I see.
And then we can go on collecting other information. See if it's somewhere else in the manor. Who knows?
Right. Okay. So, do you want to have another look at it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I would like to try and figure out if this might be either a transporter-like thing that could send energy beings in the same way that, in much the same way that the Bashal sent themselves away, or if it could be a small item transporter of some sort,
Okay.
since there's a little concave area.
Since you are looking for something specific in its purpose, I'm going to reduce the difficulty by 1. So it's going to be a difficulty 1, complication range 1. And engineering plus insight, or reason in this case.
Orison?
No orisons. No orisons here, definitely not.
Okay.
Don't mind the dancing lights.
Ha.
I think I'll just do a straight roll on this.
Actually, one of your focuses applies.
Oh. Cool. Alright. Well, let's go.
Now you're intrigued.
Yes. I want to know.
Damn it. Even I'm intrigued now.
Same. I think we're all intrigued. Even chat's intrigued,
Still think
probably.
Probably not worth momentum.
If it's
Since we
not,
only have
if it's,
two, and
yeah.
we're still in a dangerous situation.
I mean, if it's
Uh-huh.
not worth momentum, it might be worth point of threat.
Ha.
Well,
Yeah, no.
probably not.
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Wow.
I mean, sure. Why not?
Well,
Brilliant.
So, we're at 4 momentum.
Yeah.
Okay, so examining this device.
Roll 20. Listened to my desire to know.
Yes.
Examining this device more closely. At first, you are still convinced that it's some sort of transport technology, but then you discover that there is no receiver or transmitter of a transporter signal. It's not like... It's like the energy matter conversion part of it. That's what reminded you of a transporter. But the rest of it is different. It looks like there is a database of sorts of recorded patterns that are similar to transporter patterns, but not quite as complicated. So this thing couldn't transport or transmit anything away, but it might be able to materialize something out of energy.
Well, that's fascinating.
Westaker looks over and says, "What did you find? Does it bring us closer to finding the box?"
I doubt it, but it's a really interesting device. Not a transporter, but got a sort of energy matter conversion. Might be able to materialize some things from its database, just from energy.
That is indeed interesting, but let's not get carried away.
Yeah.
You have taken detailed scans of it, yes?
Yeah.
Right, then let's
Detailed
go.
as I can.
Then let's go. And by the way, the focus that applied was manufacturing.
Nice. I knew I took that for a
Nice.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But what confuses me is, how did you know you'd need it here?
Foresight.
So,
Seemed handy.
so you return back to the main room, out of those warehouse doors, into the main room where you entered from the outside in. And there is only that staircase going up into the main lived-in area of this mansion or manor or whatever word you want to use to describe it.
So,
Going up.
how do we get the information we need without getting captured or killed?
With how advanced this manor appears to be in some respects, it might have a computer system. If we can find an access port, we might be able to get our information.
Alright.
Good thinking, Westaker.
So,
Well, maybe send a quick message to the guys outside. Let them know we're getting a bit more perilous in this.
That is a good call. I'm not sure if we'll be detected though.
I mean, there's the possibility if they're specifically looking for communications like that, but it's negligible.
Right. Okay.
So, what message do you give?
Me?
Yes, of course you.
Um,
Who else? Don't worry, this isn't like the thing where you've only got 25 words. It can be a little bit more of a complicated message.
Yeah, so probably... I mean, are they still the fence? Or like what?
Sending spell.
That was the reference, and they're probably still at the fence. Unless they've already been captured, that is.
Captured.
Well.
Or maybe they decided to get an ice cream at the touristy bit.
That could also be the
Yeah,
case.
'cause that's what you want on a stormy day. Ice cream.
Well, they might. Anyway, I'd probably tell them what we found here.
Okay.
I'm not sure. And we can
Just
tell
a
the
brief
information.
update for now. We can
Okay.
give them details
Sure.
later.
Sure.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, so if you don't want to word it yourself, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
that gets done, and then you creep up the stairs to a little landing. There's a wooden door. So sorry, but your sonic screwdriver won't work on it. But you can open it.
Well,
The door
okay.
doesn't appear to be locked. A quick scan reveals there are no people immediately outside.
That's good.
And
That's
yes,
very good.
you are in a there's an L-shaped corridor, and you're coming in at the corner of that. Looking straight ahead, it looks like there are the big open windows, well, big tall windows looking out the front of the mansion, and it looks like that's leading to where the main entrance is, and probably like an entrance hall as well. Looking over to the right, it continues on. It looks like there's more doors going into different spaces. A few smaller windows as well. There are carpets, maroon carpets, and wood paneling on all the walls. And there are chandeliers, small chandeliers lighting the corridor. No, you can't swing from them
Oh, why can't I?
because
this thing on
they're too loose. Probably they probably couldn't support your weight. But
Yes.
there might be a big one in the main hall. But anyway, what do you want to do?
Scan for something that seems like a computer system access point.
So that's going to be a difficulty 1 engineering plus either, I suppose, insight.
Just for clarity, control, insight, and reason all the same.
Yes. Doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, not a lot of engineering roles gonna need daring, fitness, or presence. So
Well, sometimes, but yeah.
I said not a lot.
Yes.
Don't semantics me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to semantics you, but I might Zemeckis you.
Anyway, focusing computers.
Sure.
Okay. What did you say it was? Difficulty.
Difficulty 1. Complication range 1 as well.
Alright.
Nice note.
Wow.
Hey.
Oh, that's that's another roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had a bit of a heavy vibrato to it,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway. Kind of an important lead to avoid
I will allow
running
you
into
to.
danger.
I will allow you to succeed at a cost.
Yeah, thanks.
The infamous tracker, I can't look at that link now because otherwise it would get picked up by OBS.
Alright. So... should I just go for it? Or buy a die to be safe?
You can hear a thunder strike outside as the rain is peltering against the window, the big tall windows.
You hear a thunder strike as you're purchasing another die.
Because it is a difficulty 1, but I can still fail, obviously.
Yeah.
And we really need to get to things quickly before we're spotted and headed off. And it would give me a chance to re-roll if I got a complication.
Yes. There's always an assist.
Sure.
2.
So you want to spend 1 of the 4?
Yes.
Good.
Sure.
And then there were 3.
And then there were 3.
Successes?
Ah.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
3 successes, exactly.
Nice.
You and the 3 successes at the moment. Well, I would look, but my memory leak is just barely holding.
Yep. So that is
Alright.
a
Discord
9,
side.
a 9, and a 14. So again, the double. Interesting.
Damn.
After 5.
Which means we're up to 5, yes. So it looks like there is a... Okay. With that roll, you get it. There is a computer access point in the main hall, which is carrying on straight, where the main entrance is. You do also, with that roll, detect that there are no life signs there currently. However, there are a few life signs in the floor above you.
Alright. Access point in the main hall, but I don't know, with how these fancy mansions tend to be, it might be open to the 2nd floor, and there are definitely life signs up there.
I was gonna say something about floor and story, but I won't.
Okay.
Yeah, that would detract from the story.
Go ahead. Ha ha ha. So, Westaker says, right. I don't think we have much of a choice. Unless we want to wait until it's night time and then see if maybe some of these people leave. What do you think, Nero?
If we go quietly and stealthily, I think we should be fine. Right?
Probably. Frankly, I don't quite like the thought of staying here until it's nighttime.
I doubt there are ever going to be less than there are now. But we probably should have a route planned back to our exit point in case the front entrance is locked, which it probably is.
More likely.
So, Westergam nods, and then says, right, follow me, but do it quietly, please. As we start walking forwards towards it, along the corridor, and passing those windows, you can look out down onto the outside front kind of loop area with a road that comes up to it, loops back around on itself. And it is really strong winds out there. I mean, you wouldn't want to be out there, really. But you continue. And getting into the main entrance, indeed, there is a very elegant looking staircase going up in the center of the, in the center opposing the main entrance. Staircase going up and splitting off to two, one leading up left, one leading right to the first floor. There's nobody around, and there are several corridors that go off on the ground floor as well. In the very center of the room, there is what looks like a... what's the word I'm looking for? An interface. It looks quite fancy, but it's basically a computer interface.
Alright. Zulari is going to silently approach.
Silently
Now is
approach.
not time for talking.
Okay, you silently approach. And yes, you approach it, and I'm going to spend 1 point of threat. Actually, no, it would be 2. Spending 2 points of threat to add the complication of this being interactable using voice commands only.
Oh.
Lovely.
Does it accept whispering?
It might, but I don't think
As long as it's detectable.
Yeah.
If you whisper clearly?
Alright. So the tricky thing, of course, will be getting this to give us the information we want, and not just the kind of information that you would expect to find on a computer interface in the main hall, which would be like tourist stuff.
Computer. Wait, that's not the stream title? Kango, that's not the stream title.
It is.
It's not Computer Reveal Emergency Exit Pronto.
It didn't go through. For me it did.
No, it didn't. On stream it didn't either. It's just stream title. Computer Reveal Emergency Exit Pronto.
Oh, right.
Anyway.
Alright.
Westacre is quietly going up the stairs to kind of hopefully be able to get a little bit more warning in before someone approaches. He's got his tricorder out.
There we are. Okay.
Alright. And is the computer going to talk back?
Oh.
I mean, if it's got a bit of an attitude programmed into it, it might talk back to you. But yeah, voice commands, it's going to talk back.
Oh no.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a voice command very quietly. That's basically like something along the lines of set output volume to minimum.
Set output volume to
Oh,
minus
steady.
2%.
Okay, give it quietly. And it says, command acknowledged. At its presumably normal volume. But after that, might be quieter.
Alright. In thoughts. Better make this quick.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, I guess... try to navigate to a central database.
You ask for access to the database, and you are given limited access. If you want to request information, you can do so verbally. And yes, the volume has gone down. Other players can also suggest stuff to look up if you want to.
So...
Oh, good suggestion. Leave.
Something like a...
Computer, give me a history of the estate.
Delivery and visitor log. Hello.
Oh, your face!
Hello.
Your face!
Greetings.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, visitor and delivery log.
It recites a list. There are...
And I'm recording it.
Yeah, there are... Okay, for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to give you the whole thing. I'm just going to say you get it. You don't...
Yeah.
So the... It gives you a list of the people who have been logged in as coming into the mansion. The only one that you recognize is Dr. Benter.
Benter. Huh.
Benter.
Don't have that name in my notes. So...
I do.
Does sound familiar.
It is... Hold on. That... Okay, Dr. Benter. When we were informed... yeah, that's the contact for the destination of the delivery that was given in the logs on the freighter.
And so there are plenty of other names, but we can't really go into this at the moment.
Yeah.
If it comes up, then you'll know them. And in terms of deliveries, there are very regular deliveries of what is titled foodstuffs and other supplies, things like that. There are also some special deliveries, one of which is listed as happening earlier today, arriving here.
I'd like a list of residents and staff.
Okay. So, there is Dr. Benter. Is listed as the first one. Then you've got someone whose position is listed as head assistant / maid by the name of Jennifer Daystrom. I'll give you the names. I'll post them in the thing. One moment. I'll put them as one thing. Then you've got someone by the name of Spatek, someone by the name of Tivral, someone by the name of Jandor, and someone by the name of Sularik. So there you go. Those are the
Thank
names.
I wasn't even going to try a couple of those.
Yes.
Only the two first ones those match up.
Yeah. So the last four, it lists them as security.
Okay.
So, at this point,
Yes.
if you want one more thing, there might be time for one more thing. If you want one more thing from the computer, if you have something. But it would cost a momentum. Unless someone else maybe has a suggestion of what to ask the computer.
Can we ask it for a floor plan? Or like something like that? I don't know.
You can try.
I mean,
Secret view in the chamber, right there. Turn left.
Turn left, yes.
At this point, you hear another thunder strike.
What about the location of people?
not the most useful right now.
The location of people, yeah. Yes.
We could scan for that, but
Good point.
okay, this would probably require more security clearance.
Before you ask that, as you're doing that, so you still get to do it, but as you're doing that, Nero, if you've got your tricorder out, you will notice that 4 of the life signs you're detecting are now on the ground floor.
Oh, lovely.
2 of them to the left, 2 of them to the right.
We're in a sandwich. To the left, to the right.
As you're detecting that, Dodd, yes, you were going to say something.
Alright. I'd like to try and find some form of inventory. But it would probably be hidden. Because surely they would have some means of keeping track of what they have.
Yeah. So
But it would be under probably several layers of security.
okay.
But I do have hacking tools.
You do have hacking tools. Okay, you can try looking for it. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna make you spend momentum for it because it will be its own separate roll.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't guarantee that you'll be able to find anything.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
I
Yes?
think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, it's going to be engineering, and I would say daring. In this case, engineering plus daring.
Of course it is.
And I'm going
Okay.
to set the difficulty at 3 and the complication range at 2. And the complication range gets reduced down 1 more, so 1. So it's just difficulty 3.
Focus in computers.
Sure. I mean, if it didn't apply here, then
And we have
Where would
5
it?
momentum.
we do.
You said it was difficulty
3.
3. Okay. This would be really, really useful. Can I buy 2 dice?
Yes.
Yes. Affirmative.
Okay.
Okay.
With a complication range of 1, 4 dice, and a focus. For goodness sakes, please.
And cautious engineering.
And cautious engineering.
I can't see it.
Wow.
It's a 7!
That is a
Successes.
roll, if I've ever seen one.
2, 1, 2, 2. That's a 3,
Okay.
12, 3, 2.
So, okay. So we're at maximum momentum.
Yep.
So you get out the hacking tools, you connect the wires, you do your thing, and as you're doing this, you're really getting into it. You're really getting into it. Westaker starting to come down the stairs. He's kind of saying quietly, "People, we're going to have to move soon. There's someone coming." As he's walking down the stairs, you can see Nero on your tricorder. Those 4 people, 2 on either side, closing in from both from both the left and right sides, corridors leading into the space. Zular, as you manage to get in, somehow, astonishingly, manage to get past the security layers, and you manage to access an inventory. You've got the normal stuff like food deliveries, things like that. You've got the special stuff going back about a month or so, and it is listing regular deliveries of things that are marked as they're marked as either just actually okay, I want to make, hold on, I need to consult my notes 1 moment because I need to get this detail right. Okay, so most of them are just marked as advanced artifact. However, some of them are marked as temporal artifact. the last one, the one that was just delivered today, is marked as a temporal artifact, and it is listed as having been delivered and as being in storage. And at that point, you can hear a voice. You can see someone stepping out at the top of the stairs, and you're now all at the bottom. Someone stepping out at the top of the stairs. An Andorian man. He says, "You must be shivering. Don't you want to warm up by the fire?" And that's where we'll end the session.
Alright. Very dramatic. The perfect place to end the session.
Uh-huh. So,
All right.
computer, unlock the closet now.
Indeed, says Roomsbath.
So, that is that. Does anyone have any feedback?
Well, we got some crazy rolls again.
Yes. A right roller coaster of rolls. But yeah, it was interesting exploring the manor, the basement of it, and then getting upstairs as well, and all of what happened. Also the botany of it.
The botany of it, yes. I mean, the session was good, but the botany of it, that was...
Yeah, it's just the botany.
Yeah,
Well, that-
yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
So... Hold on, just reading that.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I feel that you might be close of some player knowledge finally becoming character knowledge as well.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Right.
If that's everything...
Wait, was the...
Yes?
Was Malar an Andorian?
No.
Okay. Never mind. Sure, that's fine.
This would presumably be one of the associates of his deceased relative, if indeed he had a deceased relative to begin with.
I mean, he's a humanoid guy. He probably has deceased relatives.
Ah.
It's just because he said to begin with as well. It just... sorry. Anyway. Right.
Okay.
So, this stream will be archived on YouTube.
Oh, I see.
And...
I'm surprised by that.
So yeah. With that, good night everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Alright. Bye everyone, good night.
Just gonna wait for it to catch up with people. Yes, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, there we go.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye everyone, yes.